Okay, so we've got Serina here. She's just joined up at the gym and she wants to start training and maybe do some PTs. So we're just going to walk through some paperwork first. The first one is actually you giving us consent to go ahead with training. So I've informed you that, you know, with your training, you're going to get some muscle soreness and all that sort of thing. You may or may not get your heart rate up. It just depends on what you're doing. But also just letting you know that if you're not happy or something feels uncomfortable, you just let us know straight away. And you can say, look, no, I need to stop this and all that sort of thing. And also you just divulging as much information about your health as you can. So we know exactly where you're at and we can do everything really safely. All right. So I'll just get you to read through that for me, and any questions, just ask.
You're going to have fun with me, aren't you?
And just print your name underneath. And I'll just sweep this down the bottom. So you're all clear with that?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so this next 2 pages is really just gathering information about your health history and what you're currently doing. So how often you're exercising, how long you're exercising, whether you smoke, whether you've got any immediate family history of anything we need to be aware of. So I'll get you to start from the top on this right hand side.
Go.
Okay, so just reading through one at a time, circling yes or no. Excellent.
Oh, sign.
Yep, sign down the bottom. Great. So because you've circled no for most of the, or for all of those actually, it just lets us know that you don't have any major problems, health issues, skeletal, muscle, anything like that, that we need to get clearance for. Okay.
Yeah.
So this one is then continue. So this is more about your current health status. So just filling it up from the top.
That could be wrong. Yeah, I don't know why.
No, that looks right. So family history. So this is immediate, like your mum or your dad.
No, no one's got anything.
No one's got anything? Excellent.
So
Do you smoke? So just describing your physical activity or exercise levels. So sedentary, office job, don't do much during the day. Light exercise might be, you know, a walk. Moderate to vigorous, you know, you're coming to the gym anywhere between 2 and 6 days a week, participating in classes, just doing something different and quite sort of vigorous every day.
Yep, that's me.
That's you. So which one would you be, moderate or vigorous?
Both.
So some days moderate, some days vigorous?
Or sometimes moderate in the morning, vigorous in the evening.
That's okay. So just tick both, because what we're going to do is then work out how many minutes of each that you actually do. So first of all, frequency. How often would you do moderate exercise?
Six times a week.
And what about vigorous exercise?
Let's say 3.
Now, with your duration, so is it half an hour each time you do something moderate? Is it a little bit longer, like 45 minutes?
Yeah, let's say 45.
So 45, so that's, if we go, that's 90, that's 4.5 hours, so, yep.
And see, see, soccer's where I'm saying vigorous, but the whole game wouldn't be vigorous. So if I just said
maybe even half of it, or something like that, for half an hour. Where you
so just 1.5.
Yep. Excellent.
162.
So, we can work out your BMI. So your BMI is actually just a rating of your weight according to your height. Okay, so that's 1.62. So what we do is we 0.62 times 1.62, that equals 2.62. So I might just get you to write 2.62 there, just so we remember. Okay, so we're going to get your weight, which is 60, and then divide that by 2.62, which gives you 22.9. So we can round that to 23. Yep. And then if we have a look at our scale here, so you're 23, so 18 to 24.9, you're in that normal range for your weight, for your height. Okay?
Yes.
Which is really good. It's a good start. And then let's just continue with these ones. And then continuing up here. Beautiful. Now, you've circled no, everything, you don't have any family history, you exercise regularly, not smoking, not drinking or anything like that. Your BMI is in that normal range. We don't need to continue on with this one. So I'll take that off you for now. So you're all good to go. We don't need to get any clearance from your GP or anything like that. Okay? Okay, so that's for our... Now, none of this information will be shared. It's all confidential. It's kept at the gym. If we need to share it with anybody, like a physio or something like that, then we'll just get your permission, okay, to be able to do so. But only if it's relevant. Okay, this next one is more about a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle questionnaire. So this goes just a little bit more deeply into what you do and don't like, what sort of exercise you like. Alright, so this is your exercise history. So it depends on what you were trying to achieve, I suppose, and whether you actually got that achievement. So first of all, you know what you were looking for. Did you achieve it? Why do you think you did?
God. Hello, soccer. No.
Have you just started playing again?
Yeah. I'll just say no, I'm not sore today.
So our allied health could be a physio, chiropractor, osteopath,
Oh, yeah.
exercise physiologist.
So if I say yes, physio,
And what was that form?
hamstring.
Was it a strain or a tear?
Nah, definitely just a strain.
So when do you consider yourself to have been at your healthiest?
Like now.
Okay. And maybe just put what age you are now. And why do you think that is? Have you got more time? You found a good
Probably
trainer?
more knowledge.
Okay. Good. All right. Exercise patterns. Can you describe the physical activity that you would currently do in a normal week? So number of sessions per week, you can just write them above.
Including soccer?
Yeah. And you have to include your games too, because it's, you know, you're running around it, you're getting exercise, so it's not just training, but it's the games that count as well.
God.
Just a ballpark number.
Average session.
So how long would each session
Yeah,
go
so if I
for?
say an hour, because soccer's 90 minutes, so then that'll counteract.
Yeah. So your average total, so if you say it's an hour every day, or it could be an hour and a half every day.
Yeah, so my total would be that times that or not?
Average total weekly physical activity. So you could either go number of sessions.
Yeah.
Or the time. Probably the time. So if it's for a week, so do you have a day off at all?
Sundays.
So at least an hour a day, which is 7. And then sometimes you might have a half hour here and there extra.
Yeah.
So you could go between, say, 7 and 9. It adds up. When you have to write it down on paper.
That's not me.
So rate each of the categories. So 1 being very poor, 10 being very good. So how do you rate your current fitness? With all this, you'd be pretty fit.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. The doctors tell me that.
Yep. And why would that be?
Because I train hard.
And frequently. By the looks of it. How do you rate your current stress levels? So remember, 10 being very good, which means you're not very stressed.
Oh, yeah.
1's going to be very poor if you are highly stressed. What you doing? Did you catch a fly? You can go and throw it.
Alright, I'll put it. I'll
You can
just
give it
say
to Otis.
wide. Learning to juggle. New job. Kids and study.
So you're feeling a little bit of stress, but it's not too bad.
Yeah. I just do day by day. I get through today and then I'll worry about what I've got to organise tomorrow.
Okay, how would you rate your current nutrition habits?
Yeah, pretty good.
Okay.
I'll say here.
And why do you think that is?
I think it just comes down to that knowledge you get, not stressing about everything I eat.
Can you think of any simple changes that you could make to your current lifestyle that would improve the scores above? So there are your scores.
Yeah, complete my study.
Mm-hmm. Okay, training preferences. So this is important because we need to know what you like and don't like, how you like to train, maybe something that you're missing at the moment that we could maybe try that's just going to improve what you're doing at the moment. So, what times of the day do you like to exercise?
Definitely early in the morning.
Yeah. In what environment? So on your own, small groups, large groups, combination of both?
Yeah, combination.
In what location? At home, indoors, a combination?
Combination.
Yeah. What days suit you?
All days.
Mm-hmm.
Just say all.
Yeah. How long can you train in each session? So what do you prefer? Do you prefer something short and hard? Do you prefer something that's about 45 minutes? Or do you like the long sessions for about an hour?
It depends what it is. If it's cardio, then short and sharp. But
I suppose what's going to fit in with you.
yeah, if I say half an hour, then
Yeah. And what type of exercise do you like and dislike?
Yeah.
Or dislike?
I think I like the combination of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like combo of cardio.
Yeah. Is there any sort of type of exercise specifically that you don't like doing?
No.
Or you haven't come across anything? Yeah. Excellent. Oh, good. What are your expectations of me as your trainer?
Push my limits.
Mm-hmm.
So push my limits. And I guess correcting technique. I don't want to do an injury. Correct.
Yeah, that's right, because you want to make sure that you're using the right muscles too when you're doing something. And
Especially
getting the most out of your session. Yeah. All right, goal setting. So we're going to start with your long-term goals. So in 2 to 6 months, do you have something in mind that you would like to achieve?
Yeah. A 21k run.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You haven't done one before?
A year ago. Or was it maybe a year and a half now. Was it?
And is there something in particular that you want to improve on, or just to be able to complete another one?
Yeah, just to do another one.
Okay. Yeah. So you can write that down.
Complete 21k.
Yeah. Okay, so 1 to 3 months, is there something sort of shorter? Is there shorter runs before that time of the 21Ks that you want to try and achieve? Is there something in particular with running that you need to develop more in?
I'd love to get better at my sprint training.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which I guess will eventually.
That will help to improve, or yeah, that's right, help with your training for your 21Ks. And what do you find hard with your sprint training as it is? Or you just haven't done enough of it?
Yeah, not enough of it.
Yeah, okay. And your short-term goals, so within the first week or the first month, anything that you want to achieve, so whether it's developing a bit more strength. So if you want to do a 21k run, we need to develop like good core strength. So whether that's something that you could even include in that 1 to 3 months. I'm not sure what your core strength is at the moment and what you think it is, but that's going to help keep you balanced and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So you could even put that in there, developing better core strength. And here as well, because we need to develop good sort of lower body strength
Yeah.
For your running.
So I do. Yeah, I've got 3 kids, so the core can always get better.
So this one here, it could be actually trying Pilates if it's something that you haven't actually done before. Fitting in a couple of Pilates classes a week to get that mindfulness, to develop that really good breathing, controlled breathing, as well as that activation within your body. So that is actually something you could achieve within the first month. Is actually going to a Pilates class if they've got them at the gym.
Yeah. And Pilates.
Or finding somebody that's going to help you with that, developing that core strength. If you would like to work one-on-one.
And I would say short term would be to lengthen out these hemis.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Which maybe might be in that class as well.
Well, when we do our sit reach testing, it'll give you a good idea, give you a baseline too, something to measure against. And what barriers do you feel you may face in trying to achieve these goals?
Probably just juggling the kids. Oh, and work. How are they doing?
Yeah, which is tricky, especially if you're starting a new job and all that sort of thing.
Beep, beep, darling.
Come over here, mate. All right, excellent. That's going to give us a really good idea of where we can start and how we can build around your training and your PTs and what classes we can sort of guide you into. All right, this next one is all about your food. So I need to be really honest. Write down everything that you've eaten and drunk. Probably we'll go yesterday, only because we haven't had dinner today. So breakfast, morning tea, lunch, all from yesterday, if you can remember. So what time did you, put your food item over here. What time do you have brekkie?
Yesterday was Wednesday. Oh yes, I can say 7:30. Morning tea.
So you just had oats?
Yep.
Anything like, what sort of milk do you have with it?
Almond milk.
And do you mix anything in with it? Fruit, yogurt, nuts?
It's got a bit of peanut butter.
Yep. And how much would you have?
40 grams. Morning tea.
What time do you have morning tea?
Let's say 10:30. And it was hummus. / pesto. With rice crackers.
So how much of the hummus would you have? Think of like a dessert spoon or something like that.
Oh God, maybe 3 dessert spoons.
And how many rice crackers?
Is it 12?
Are they the little ones?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's about 12. Lunch was that was a tin one, so I forget what a tin is, but like the normal tin.
Oh, okay. So maybe like 150 to 200 maybe?
Afternoon tea was about 4. And that was a protein bar.
Do you know what grams it was?
Of protein?
No, just the whole bar.
Oh, no. I can let you know though. It's the Maxine's one. So maybe if I write that, we can just look it up.
Do you know how much protein was in it?
Oh, I did tell you ask that. It might be about 12.
Yeah, okay.
grams.
So you could put like approximately 12
Yeah.
grams of protein.
So I didn't drink. Type of drink. So tea times 4. And I would have got through 2 to 3 litres of water.
And what about dinner?
Yeah, you'd be a bit disappointed in this. I didn't eat last night. I had custard for protein. Custard. And strawberry.
Okay.
I had soccer till late last night.
Yeah. And sometimes you don't feel like eating afterwards anyway.
Well, I felt like something sweet after.
Yeah, okay.
So I couldn't stomach dinner, but
but at least you had some protein, you had some carbohydrates plus some fruit and all that sort of thing. Awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to show you this. Like with our set 3, it's out of our scope of practice to actually be specific of what we can design for you for nutrition and all that sort of thing. But what we can do is just make you aware that the Australian Guide the Australian government has put out a guide as to what healthy eating looks like, and it breaks it down into all the different foods. So you've got all your carbohydrates over here, so your bread, your rices, all that sort of thing. And then you've got your fruit and veg over here. So veg there, fruit there. And then you've got your dairy here. And then you've got your different sources of protein. So it doesn't mean just meat. It can mean your lentils, your chickpeas, your pulses, all that sort of thing. And it actually breaks it down into serving sizes. And it gives you a guide as to how much you need to have when you sit down and eat a meal, because they all work together to help fuel your body, help with metabolism and all that sort of thing. Yeah. So I can always refer you to somebody if you need more specific guidance with your diet. Do you have a specific sort of way of eating? Do you like meat? Are you...
so that's what... I'm veggie.
Okay.
So... learning how to get all that protein. Yeah,
and is that the hardest part?
And being celiac.
Okay.
Yeah.
COELIC. Yeah. So vegetarian and celiac. Yeah. So I mean, it's pretty. Obviously, you're just managing it yourself. So yeah, like I said, I can't actually say, oh, well, you need more here, and all that sort of thing. It'd be probably a good idea to actually sit down with somebody and then go through and say, right, because I'm doing so much exercise and I do find getting protein into my diet really hard, can you help me devise something that's going to give me more energy and just be healthier?
Well, even with the oats, I only do 40 grams. I'm like, is that enough?
Yeah, well that's right. And if you don't know, it's good to talk to somebody who's got a bit more knowledge and understanding, and who, works with vegetarians and people with celiac disease and all that sort of stuff as well. You've got to be really careful. So what I'll do is we can either make a referral for them for you, or you can just let me know if you want to go ahead and get a referral when the time's right. All right, so our next section is actually going to be some passive testing. So a step test, a push-up test, and a sit and reach test. So that's going to give you an idea of your flexibility through your hamstrings and your lower back. Okay? Because then that could be something we could build into, if you do PTs, we can build in at the end, a bit more stretching and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then also passive testing, which is your measurements, and also doing your blood pressure and all that sort of stuff as well. Okay?